apparently somebody dumped some combustibles down a toilet, you know, bug spray, gasoline. There's a number of different variations on this myth.
At which point, her husband comes into the bathroom, sits down, has a cigarette, puts the cigarette out between his legs into the toilet, and it explodes, burning his sensitive parts.
Good, that sounds like a perfect job for the blast chamber.
It should be easy for the Mythbusters to get this one in the can. All they have to do is buy a toilet, dump a range of combustible materials into it, drop in a lit cigarette, and watch the fireworks.
With your years of experience of exploding toilets and combustible gases, what do you think the hard part of this experiment's going to be?
I'm trying to think of various ways that we can actually make that toilet blow up. And, you know, maybe the gasoline or maybe the bug spray will do it. But if not, you know, there are other things that we can put in there.
Like a grand finale?
Yeah, one way or another, we're going to blow up that damn toilet.
Okay, good.
First step, down to the local junkyard on the lookout for a toilet. Now, you'd imagine that most toilets are pretty much the same, but Jamie's being fussy.
Well, there's less water in the closet.
This one's too shallow.
The explosive we're going to put in here is heavier than air, so it's going to rest in the bowl. The deeper the bowl, the more explosive force we get, the better the result.
I don't think it really matters. You know, one toilet's probably as good as the other.
This one doesn't have a top.
40 bucks later, Adam and Jamie have their toilet. Folklorist Heather Joseph Witham has seen enough exploding toilet stories to fill a small outhouse.
This narrative has been around at least since the 1930s, at which point it appeared in news clippings in newspapers. The early form of the story was probably some sort of rural gag. You have the wife of the house going and cleaning out the outhouse with some kind of kerosene or oil or other kind of volatile fluid, at which point the grandpa goes out and sits down and lights his pipe, and he gets blown right off the outhouse seat. And as he's lying there amidst the rubble, he says, "Must have been something I ate."
The bottom line is, Jamie plans to be sitting on the toilet when it goes up, so he'll need more than his trusty beret. He's measuring himself for a purpose-built protective suit made from football equipment and impact-resistant foam padding.
Ow.
If that toilet's supposed to launch me across the room, then, you know, it'd be kind of nice to have this. I'll integrate into the suit as much as I can.
Yeah.
But, you know, this... Yeah.
Then you'll be like this. Go ahead, shoot me.
It's not long, though, before Jamie changes his mind about taking one for the team.
After all this armor and your big costume, you don't want to sit on the toilet anymore. Why not?
Well, that foam, you know, that impact foam burned kind of like napalm. And after a lot of thought about it, I'm more concerned about getting torched than I am about getting blown across the room.
I had a suspicion you might wuss out on this armor thing, so I've actually been making some calls, and I might have a very, very acceptable plan B. Ding, we got it. Oh, what a touch. In this box right here is the new star of Mythbusters. Oh, look at that.
That's all I need is another dummy around this place.
Weighing in at 180 pounds, this Series 2 crash test dummy retired in 1998 after making quite an impact in his chosen profession.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
Oh, what part of the body is
that
this?
That would be the, goes into the torso.
Oh, that's the stomach, okay. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful.
This is like a giant-sized G.I. Joe.
But if it's the quiet life he's after, he's a bigger dummy than he looks.
He's not gonna upstage us. We just kick him back into submission.
All he needs now is a name.
I think we should call him Buster.
Buster sounds pretty good to me. It's kind of manly, a little, pretty descriptive.
He doesn't have any ears.
The next step, Jamie has to build a remote-controlled hand to drop the cigarette.
That's probably the best thing.
Okay.
Adam and Jamie have also had to build their very own blast chamber. It's made from a bulletproof material called Lexan, the same substance used in aircraft windows. Hopefully, it will survive its maiden voyage. On its first outing, the blast chamber is doubling as the world's most public bathroom.
Like an hourglass, the sands of time. Moving inexorably towards toilet explosion.
Inside, a high-speed camera has its beady eye trained on the bowl. It's running at 1,000 frames per second, 40 times faster than the average camcorder. The more frames exposed, the slower the picture. Normal camera, high-speed camera.
Perfectly. That ought to work. That ought to work.
The temperature inside the chamber is already climbing. The hotter it is, the easier it should be to ignite the fuel. While the chamber should easily contain any explosion, the Mythbusters have called for backup, just in case.
Have you never heard this myth before?
No, actually I haven't heard this one. Found a few people on the toilet, but never because of a toilet explosion.
Falling off the toilet, a lot of
Something like
bathroom
that, yeah.
problems.
Falling
but
off the toilet?
Never actually exploding.
The local fire marshal's on hand to oversee proceedings.
So we've designed this with, it's covered with polycarbonate that won't shatter or go anywhere. It's securely bolted, as well as it's made in 2 separate halves, so that if there is any kind of general explosion in there, it'll just open like a flower.
So there's nothing holding it together, in other words.
No.
The first product you're going to test,
We've
If
got.
we have an order.
you start with your cleanest.
Yeah.
You'll have your best progression.
Is there that much of a difference between, like a coal or an ember dropping into a propellant and an actual lit flame?
It depends on how much surface area you have on that coal.
So a coal can light like a cigarette butt?
Absolutely, yeah,
can do.
smoldering, yes.
Combustible number 1.
Mythbusters hairspray. It's what I use to keep my dew in line.
How much of this stuff am I supposed to put in there?
The myth said that the can of propellant got stuck open. So not knowing what to do with it, she emptied it out in the toilet. So I'd put a whole bunch in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when you start to get dizzy, it's probably time to leave.
Okay.
A sensor measures the level of flammable vapor inside the chamber.
Would seem we have some combustible gases in here. We're loaded and ready for ignition. Come on, say something cool.
Release mechanism dropping by.
That's it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Nothing.
Not exactly hair-raising stuff. Well, time to move on to the next test. Bug spray.
All right.
All right. Well,
Aw.
This is powerful porcelain. It seems the smoldering tip of the cigarette is not producing enough heat to reach the flash point of the hydrocarbons.
I mean, we're totally duplicating the circumstances of the myth. Lit cigarette, bug spray. It's not like anyone tried to reach an ideal air-fuel mixture.
bug spray and hairspray aren't the most flammable things in the world. And also, it's a cigarette with a coal on it. It'd be better to have a nice open flame to it.